There's a statement from the commissioner, Roger Goodell, on sports betting. And there's a paragraph in here that has to do with what he would like to have happen. And I think the biggest thing to keep an eye on here is, and we've talked about this, the NFL wants Congress to enact uniform standards for states that choose to legalize sports betting that include, at a minimum, 4 core principles. This is according to the NFL. There must be substantial consumer protections. 2, sports leagues can protect their content and intellectual property from those who attempt to steal it or misuse it. Number 3, fans will have access to official, reliable league data. And number 4, law enforcement will have the resources, monitoring, and enforcement tools necessary to protect our fans and penalize bad actors here at home and abroad. A lot of this you would think would be under the shield. It would already be there with the NFL, that you want to protect your intellectual property. You want to make sure that everything's above board. This is what Vegas does for you. Free of charge, by the way. But now you want they backed off the integrity fee because then they realized that sounds silly. You know, we have an integrity fee. No, there should be no fee. You just have integrity. And you're going to maintain that integrity. But now the commissioner issuing a statement on gambling, and he's hoping the Supreme Court will jump in here. Because if not, if you go state by state, then the NFL is going to be out in the cold. And all this hinged on, all this hand-wringing and hypocrisy. Oh, it's never going to embrace gambling. Okay, all right, sure, never going to embrace gambling. And well, wait, what's our take on it? Well, we want an integrity. We want 1%. Now, I think Vegas clears. I think the profit margin is a little over 5%, if I'm about right. And here's the NFL wanting 1% of the 5% total that you would have on gambling. So all of this offshore betting, how much is going to be here in the United States now? You can do it legally, but you're going to have to, tax-wise, and there's a lot more things involved in this. But they wanted 1% of a little over 5%. That's a lot of money. And you're going to maintain the integrity of your sport. All this is can you help us get our piece of this pie? Yeah, Paul.
Does the NFL, with their partners, let's say NBC, CBS, Fox, and the pregame shows, do they control the content? Like, if they don't like what's on a show, will they give flack back to the networks?
The NFL wanted to have certain broadcasters on Thursday night.
Okay.
And they said to Fox, we want Troy and Joe.
But you remember back in the day when Jimmy the Greek picked games specifically against the spread on CBS with Brent Musburger on national TV? Do you think that'll happen this fall, that they'll have a guy picking games? Or will the NFL say, not yet, let's pump the brakes? Because they do dictate the content a lot.
Well, they're already in on this. They're fine with gambling as long as they get their piece. It's not like they went, hey, we object to this. We're never going to comply with this or acquiesce to this. And, we're steadfast against gambling. They just want their money. They don't care. We're going to maintain integrity. I mean, I never bet anything based on what Jimmy the Greek had to say in the first place. I always found it kind of interesting where, he would go down the list of what a team had or the other team had with Brent Musburger, and then he'd make his pick. But I was never going by what Jimmy the Greek was saying to bet on. But these guys now, I mean, Brent knows more about gambling than Jimmy the Greek did back then.
Does this not revitalize his career, but make him maybe a guy you'd put in that role? Have Brent Musburger throw it live to Las Vegas to get our picks for the weekend with Brent Musburger. If you're CBS, Fox, ESPN, NBC.
No, you got to be good. I don't care who's doing it. I want to know if you're any good. I mean, I'll listen to, somebody's grandmother if they're good. I don't care that if Brent is disseminating the information, that's one thing. But if he's not any good, that's all I care about. What's your record? Yeah, Fritzy.
Do you want to see that, though, in a pregame show, talking point spreads? It's one thing when they go around the room, like, I like the Dolphins, I like the Rams, I like the Rams,
No,
I like
but
the
I
Dolphins.
never bet on, when I watch these pregame shows, when the NFL Network or Fox, I would never place any money off of what they say. None. I would get like one or two games where I really felt strong, or I was checking to see what the betting patterns were, but I'm not going by those guys. I don't think they're experts when it comes to picking games. They may be experts in telling you how to play the game or what they did, but picking a game? No, they have no clue. Give me somebody who does it professionally, then I would be willing to put money. Well, I would have put money on it. Not anymore.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.